Hey there, welcome to tonight's headliner. What if I told you that in the heart of Telangana, the ruling government allegedly turned the state into a full-blown surveillance lab, not to fight terrorism, not to save lives, but to win elections? This isn't a script of a new Netflix show. This is what top secret letters from India's biggest telecom providers are hinting at. That during the BRS regime, phones were tapped without proper legal permission. People were watched, and not just rivals, even their own leaders. Now, you know those clingy exes who stalk your WhatsApp last seen? Now, imagine that energy, but from your government. Now, according to a report from the Indian Express, telecom companies like Airtel, Jio, others quietly sent letters saying that we have received requests to intercept certain phone numbers. But there is no legal paperwork attached, no court order, no documentation, just vibes. And the numbers: politicians, bureaucrats, journalists, businessmen, and random folks from civil society. Basically, if you had a network in politics, chances are someone was trying to listen on your bedtime conversations. Let's get this straight. This is not regular surveillance. This is illegal surveillance, which means it allegedly happened without any court permission and completely outside of law. And all of this happened just before the Telangana Assembly elections. Coincidence? Let's look into the people who were apparently being tracked. Former Hyderabad Mayor Krishna Reddy, Congress candidates, even BRS insiders. One leader said that every time he visited a village, police would arrive before him. Now that's either top-notch efficiency or someone was clearly following him. Another MLA said that he kept switching phones because he was sure he was being tracked. Can't blame him. You know, it's bad when politicians start behaving like college kids avoiding their parents' calls. The surveillance, according to officials, was allegedly meant to secure the BRS's victory in the elections by monitoring political opponents and descendants. Even leaders who left BRS and joined other parties were on the radar. Now you may ask, how did all of this come out? Simple. Telecom providers said, enough. They blew the whistle. They confirmed that these phone tapping requests were not cleared legally. And once those letters were submitted as evidence, it opened a can of worms. Several top cops are now under investigation. Former SIB, State Intelligence Bureau Chief T. Prabhakar Rao, senior officers like M. Stephen Ravindra, and many more. One of them even resigned just 4 hours before things went public. Bro didn't even finish his last day at work. And let me say this, phone tapping is legal in India, but only under certain conditions. There needs to be approval from a competent authority, usually the Union Home Secretary or State Home Secretary. And it has to be for national security or for public safety. But this wasn't that. This was a complete circus. Now, you know the best part? Apparently, some media houses and newspapers had tried to reach some of the accused. Many simply said that I am not connected with this. One even said, I did not get any notice about tapping. And we're like, yes, because if they notified you, it wouldn't be spying, sir. There are also whispers about entire floors being cleared in the SIV office. No files, no electronics, just empty chairs, almost like a haunted house, but for deleted surveillance history. And the Telangana High Court has already been approached with this information. The case is now in front of the legal system. But let's be real, this isn't just about one party or one state. This is a reminder that surveillance powers, when misused, can shake the very foundation of democracy. We're not talking about tracking criminals here. We're talking about spying on political rivals and internal dissenters and internal people. That's not security, that's paranoia. Imagine if every party that came into power did this. Who needs elections? Just listen in on your rivals, know their next move, and boom, outsmart them. It's unethical, illegal, and honestly super creepy. And what about people's right to privacy? Is that only for Supreme Court judgments and Twitter debates? Because on ground, clearly, it means nothing. Now, let me end with this. If BRS was actually running an illegal surveillance setup to manipulate elections, it's not just a scandal. It's a breach of trust at the highest level. And if they weren't, then they need to come clean and prove it. Either way, someone has a lot of explaining to do because a state government has illegal surveillance to monitor politicians and critics. That's not power. That's panic. And that's your headliner tonight. So with this and a lot more, make sure that you stay tuned to the Fire Flash. Thank you.